Brookside Park, Talty Field. Yes, it's a new day in Cleveland. We're talking about a renovated field, and you're talking synthetic turf. And again, playoff action has filled our city with a lot of joy, enthusiasm, and competition. Welcome to Brookside Park. But before we get to the game, we have a very special ceremony that's now going to take place right at center field here, right at home plate. Frank Galiccio, our president of the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball, will tell you all about it.
Frank?
Hello, everybody. We're here today to present the 2019 Junior Baseball Outstanding Players Award. My name is Frank Galiccio. I'm the president of Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball. Is Colin Robertson next to me with the umpires. We're going to be presenting the trophies. The reason we're here today, these trophies are in Mike Hummison's dedication. Mike Hummison was a good friend of ours, and he was very, very helpful in starting his organization, and he meant so much to the kids. And this is in his honor that we're here today. Mike Hummison was a scout for the Colorado Rockies, and he was just a great guy all around. He really helped us. So we're going to start the ceremony right now. The first presentation from Bedford Recreation is Belcha Stradiet. Congratulations. The next player from Zelma George Black Sox is Marcelo Chapman. He's coming out. He's playing today, but he's here. Congratulations. The next person from Central Recreations, James Henry. Congratulations. The next person from Dugan Park Cardinals, Jarrell Burris. Thank you. From Estherbrook Recreation, Kevin Roach. From Glenville Recreation, Zion Lewis. From Gunning Park Recreation it's Ricardo Medrano. The next person might not be here. Oh, he's here. Okay, he's a player. I'm sorry. Congratulations, Ricardo. The next person is Victor Serrano. Is he here? He might not be here. He's from Michael's Own Rec. The next player from the Obaugh Gladiators, Cameron Story. Congratulations. From the Obaugh Indians, Matthew Taylor. From Thurgood Marshall Recreation, Aiden Duncan. From Kavasik Recreation, Javon Gambro. Two more players. From Clark Rec, Zamarian Simpson.
Woo, go Zay! Yeah!
Congratulations.
Yeah!
And the final, Obaugh Soldiers, K.O. Hardnett. Congratulations. Thanks for everything, and we hopefully have a great evening tonight. And I'm going to turn this back over to Tim Wells.
Well, folks, as you can see, there's been some outstanding players that were rewarded here today for their great opportunity and efforts during the 2019 season. When we come back, we will have the start of the Junior Boys Baseball Championship game right here from Brookside Talty Field.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now. So 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Excitement is in the air in Cleveland. Ball fields have been filled with playoff games, all trying to reach one goal, to play for their league city championship right here on TV20. Hey, Mom and Dad, and those at home, do you remember the first time you went to play for a championship game? What that feeling was like? Well, I have Marcus Morrison and Colin Robinson here today, and Mo, we're going to look at 2 pretty good teams, the Zelma George Black Sox and the Gunning Gators. But there is a special feeling when you're talking about playing for the ship.
Yeah, Tim, it's what you work for all year, you know. This is where you put out all the marbles and you get out there and you do everything that your coaches told you to do and what you work for during the winter time and put it all out here today.
And when you look at the 2 teams, it starts with the Zelma George Black Sox. They come in at 7-1. They win 2 big playoff games, 16-1, 8-1. But they had some keys as far as what they wanted to do as far as the win today.
Yeah, Tim, just like hopefully any other coach wants their pitchers, he wants them to throw strikes, wants them to work ahead and limit the walks, hopefully none. Know the situation and play fundamental defense and stay composed and relaxed at the plate and just have fun.
And then when you're looking at the key players, they have some pretty good ones at that. And it starts with that pitcher, Marcelo Chapman.
Yeah, Marcelo Chapman, he's always focused and ready to play. He's the team's best pitcher, so he's going to get up on the big stage today. You got number 2, the shortstop, Marquise Pinckey. He's the captain on the field. He's always ready to play. He's a contact hitter, and he needs to get on base. You got number 4, the catcher, Raekwon Easter. He clowns around a lot, but today he's going to keep the energy up for the team. Strong defensively behind the plate, and he has the ability to pitch well.
And obviously the one on the far right, Nick Lewis, he's the big bopper for him. He can definitely come through and hit some. But when we look at the Gunning Park Gators, they come in at 8-0. They're led by a veteran coach, Carlitos Torres and Steven Burgos and Lewis. They'll be there to help. Again, playoff wins over Clark. They squeaked by Estabrook 5-4. But realistically, they're no stranger to championships. But what did Carlitos say as far as today?
Carlito's another one. He wants his team, he wants his pitcher to get ahead. You know, he wants him to beat the strike zone, stay right in there, get ahead of those guys, and they want to hit with runners on base also. He's going to have some aggressive base running when he gets his runners on base today.
And when you look at the Gunning players, their key players, they're just as good as Zelma George. Let's take a look at them.
Yeah, number 44, you have Philip K. He's a humble, intelligent player, leads by example, looks to improve always, and he's also on the junior RBI team. Number 16, center fielder, Ricardo Madrano. Strong. He hits for power. He's got a strong arm, great attitude and character. Plays with swag. And he's also on the junior RBI team. And then you have number 19, Juan Figueroa. He's a consistent hitter, great opposite field hitter, has a passion for the game, and he also plays for the RBI team.
And the young man with the shin guards, Gregory Fuentes, a real solid catcher behind the plate that makes it easy. Well, we've had a chance to talk a little bit about it, see some of the key players. So right now we're going to go over to Edwin Santiago for the player introductions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Brookside Park's new Talty Field here at Jim Thome All-Star Complex for the 2019 Junior Boys Championship baseball game for the CBF between Gunning Park Gators and Zelma George Black Sox. Introducing Zelma George Black Sox, where number 16 is a 10th grader at Warrensville High, second baseman Jameer Phillips. 9th grader at Central Catholic, number 1 left fielder Ray Reed. 9th grader at Beechwood, shortstop number 2 Marquise Pinckney. 9th grader at Ginn Academy, number 4 Raekwon Easter. Number 13 is a pitcher from Benedictine, 10th grader Marcelo Chapman. 10th grader at Ohio Preparatory, third baseman number 5 Martez Pinckney. 9th grader at Garfield Heights, center fielder number 6 Kenneth Murray. From Benedictine, the right fielder number 3 Ian Menifee. 10th grader at Benedictine, first baseman number 17 Nick Lewis. Extra hitter in the lineup, number 14 from Jane Addams, 9th grader Andre Brown. Number 10 is the extra hitter, Elijah Samuels. We're number 8 from John Hay, Kavion Neville. 8th grader at Valley Christian Academy, number 18, Chase Brown. 9th grader at John Hay, number 12, Avion Kurtz. Student at Maple Heights, number 19, William Davis. Black Sox are managed by Mr. Michael Stennett and assisted by Tom O'Rourke, Mr. Patrick Carroll, and Mitchell Dorsey. Introducing our Gunning Gators. 9th grader at Bard High School, number 15, second baseman Michael Rosado. Number 19, 8th grader at Halley School, shortstop Juan Figueroa. 8th grader at Lutheran Memorial, number 6, doing the catching, Gregory Garcia. 11th grader at Parma High School, third baseman, number 7, Joe Toth. Left fielder, number 44, 10th grader at Rhodes, Philip K. Playing center field, wearing number 16, 11th grader at Thomas Jefferson, Ricardo Madrano. 11th grader at Bard High School, right-handed pitcher, number 12, Brandon Wilshire. 10th grader at Lutheran West, number 9, first baseman Macklin Rockas. 10th grader at Max Hayes, right fielder, number 17, Jothany Pirella. 8th grader at St. Thomas More, number 11, extra hitter in the lineup, Isaiah Montijo. 8th grader, Our Lady of Angels, number 2, Joe Lodarczyk. Outfielders, number 19, 9th grader at Our Lady of Mount Carmel, Ezekiel Alfonso. Managing the Gunning Gators, Mr. Carlitos Torres, and assisted by Mr. Stephen Burgos. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Anthem will be performed by Mr. Rick Peters.
Well, that concludes our pregame ceremonies. Again, Rick Peters playing the national anthem. Again, he served in the Ohio National Guard for 6 years. And again, he was part of the Army. He presently is a band leader of an orchestra. The Townsman Orchestra, a big band, has performed in Cleveland since 1957. And also the two gentlemen that we're looking from VFW 2850. They come every year. That's Ray Diaz and Cliff Locher. Thank you so much for coming by and making this part of a very special day. So first we're going to take a look at the rules, Mo, and they'll have to deal with a little bit of some of the special rules.
Yeah, Tim, today they're going to be playing a 7-inning game. The bases are 90 feet, and the pitcher distance is 60 feet 6 inches. Mandatory play rule: everyone must bat. Everyone must play the field. Starters may re-enter the game. Run rule spread is 10 runs after 5 innings. And the speed-up rules: intentional walk, no pitches have to be thrown, and you can have a courtesy runner for the catcher.
And then when you look at the umpires, they're all certified through the Greater Cleveland Umpires Association, Ohio High School. Colin Robertson, our president, let's talk about them.
Thanks, Tim. On the home plate umpire, we have Johnny Johnson, 10 years as an umpire, 1986 graduate of John F. Kennedy High School, and he works at Morgan Ceramics. Our first base umpire is Chris Jacobs, 12 years as an umpire, 1975 graduate of Rocky River High School, and he works for Jacobs and Associates. Our second base umpire is Richard Mason, 19 years as an umpire, a 1964 graduate of Hooper City High School in Birmingham, Alabama, retired from Greyhound. Our third base umpire is Ed McTurnan, 9 years as an umpire, a 1979 graduate of Gilmore Academy, and he works for the Cleveland Gear Company.
Well, as you can see, the umpires are going over the ground rules. And again, we're going to be passing on a lot of great information for you at home, so please keep pens and pencils handy. But first, Mo, let's take a look at the Zelma George Black Sox and their starting lineup today.
Yeah, Tim, you got Michael Rosado. He's playing second base. He's batting .240, and wants to be a pilot one day. His favorite players on the Indians is Jason Kipnis. And you got Juan Figueroa.
Let me go this way. Jameer Phillips is leading off, and he'll be at second base. Ray Reed, the left fielder. Marquise Pinckney is short. Raekwon Easter behind the plate. Chapman is the pitcher. Martell's Pinckney at third. Kenny Murray in center. Ian Menifee in right. Nick Lewis over at first, and the extra hitter is Andrew Brown. And on the flip side of the defense for the gunning team, defensively, how do they line up?
Oh, so you got Michael Rosado. He's batting .240. He's going to be at second base. You got number 19 shortstop Juan Figueroa. He's batting .363. You got number 6, the catcher, Gregory Garcia. He's batting .280. Number 7 at third base, Joe Toth. He's batting .315. Number 44, Philip Kay. He's batting .295. He's in left field. You got number 16 in center field, Ricardo Medrano. He's batting .311. You got number 12. It's going to be on the mound, Brandon Wilshire. He's batting .277. Then you got Macklin Rockus. He's batting .247. He's going to be at first base, number 9. Number 17 in right field, Joe Anthony Perella. He's batting .225. He's going to be in right field. And you got the extra hitter, number 11, Isaiah Montijo.
And when you're looking at it, we had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Gunning Park Gators, Carlitos Torres, to get his views of his starting pitcher today, Brandon Wilshire.
My starting pitcher today is number 12, Brandon Wilshire. In order for him to be successful, we're looking at him to throw first pitch strikes, get ahead of the hitters, attack every batter, and to rely on his defense.
So leading off for the Zelma George Black Sox is number 16, Jameer Phillips. He's from Warrensville Heights. And he's played big for them in the playoffs, and they foul off the first pitch. Again, Phillips went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored in a playoff win over the Michael Zone team.
It's good that they're the first batter's going up here, swinging the bat. That gets the whole team into it right there.
Again, in the junior division, there were 14 teams. These are ages 13 to 15-year-olds. There are over 210 players that participated. The season began back on June 11th. We actually played 60 games. And the amazing part was we only ended up with about 3 rainouts. So Phillips goes down for the first out. And now it'll be up to the left fielder, Raymond Reed, number 1. Again, he's from Cleveland Central Catholic. Hitting .315 on the year here, Coach. You look at the replay.
Yeah, he's pulling his head out, Tim, and he pulled off the ball there. But at least he was aggressive in there swinging. He went down swinging. He went right there for the bunt. Everyone's charging and ready.
Count even, all ones up on the board. Again, Ray Reed also wants to run his own business someday. We had a chance to ask each player, what are you going to do in life? Of course, I'll tell you right now, Coach, you look at most of them about their favorite pro team and favorite pro player.
Yep.
We're only talking about the one guy that plays shortstop.
They got dreams, Tim. That's what you want them to have, dreams.
Oh, that one off.
Good to see these kids are up here swinging.
Coach, let me ask you a question.
Right.
Playing on a field like this, you're talking about playing infield with a field like this. It's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's no bad hops. It's like playing on your carpet at home. But yeah, it's different, Tim, especially when you talk about things like sliding. If you're not careful, you steal a base like still in second, you'll slide past the bag if you don't know what you're doing, especially if there's a little moisture on the field too. But yeah, it's something you have to get used to. But again, you don't have the bad hops like you had back when I was playing for you.
Yeah, we always I don't know if I want to get in front of that one.
Right. You might have that little pebble that take that hop.
I was that way when I played third. I was the same way. So we got our first base runner on the walk by Ray Reed, and now it'll be Marquez Pinckney, their shortstop. He's their leading hitter on the team, .370. Again, he went 3 for 3 in his playoff game against Zone. Now here's a guy that said, okay, I'm going to be an NBA player, an MLB player, and then you're talking about, well, what if you don't make any of those? Well, it's now an engineer.
Right. Hey, he's got high hopes. I like it. Who was it? Dave Winfield that got drafted in all 3 sports: football, basketball, and baseball.
Yes, he did. Yes.
And then he said he's the one player that never went to the minors.
Exactly.
He went straight to the major leagues.
Exactly.
So it's possible.
He did. It is possible.
So, Colin, you've seen a lot of these kids play all year long, but from an umpire standpoint, when they know they're coming out to do a championship game, there's a little special feeling, isn't there, to that?
Exactly, Tim. With the umpires as well as the players, there's butterflies for everybody, especially on the first play of the game, close play, where you'll throw us under the bus and say, you folks can see it at home. You make the call.
A nice catch by the left fielder from Gunning. Again,
like
that's Philip Kay.
Pretty good communication on that, because I thought they were going to run into each other, but that's why they're playing, and I'm sitting here.
I couldn't hear.
Good communication, and the left fielder took over. So as long as they caught the ball, that's what you want as a coach.
So 2 down, and now it's their cleanup hitter, Raquan Easter. .363. I had a hard time hearing Colin. Did you hear Colin in the headset okay?
Yes, I'm good.
I'm not hearing him over here. Maybe they did that on purpose.
That's a
so
good
that
thing.
Umpires,
That's a good thing for you.
I should be able to hear you better unless my hearing's going.
Turn up your thing over there, Tim.
All right, try it now, Colin.
Okay,
oh,
can you hear me now?
One. No wonder I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's up the middle.
Base hit. This could be the first
And
run.
they're gonna send him.
He's going to come in. There comes
And
the
center fielder
throw.
hesitated.
Oh.
That's
Not
what's
in
gonna get him in there.
time.
If he didn't hesitate, he would have had him at the plate.
Yeah, you got to
He
get that ball out the
hesitated.
glove.
So Zelma George, Black Sox.
Those are those fractions of a second when you're teaching your guys, you know, get the ball, know what you're going to do with it.
You'll see it on the replay here,
Right.
Mo.
Ball up the middle. You got to get that ball, and you got to get it to that pitcher.
He hesitates right there. They didn't show it, but
I mean, that first baseman should have been his cutoff.
exactly.
You're seeing a courtesy runner for the catcher. Again, that's one of the speed-up rules. And now batting is number 13, the pitcher, Marcelo Chapman. And you can put him right up there with the rest of them as far as a solid hitter. 290 on the year. And every time you mention Marcelo Chapman to their head coach, Mike Stennon's got a huge smile on his face. He's going to try to steal third, and the ball gets by him. And now he's going to come around and score. Oh, my.
And just like they said, they're going to use their speed when they get on the bases to make them make mistakes. And they caught one there.
That's called putting pressure on the defense, Coach, huh?
Yeah.
So they got the early lead here, 2-0.
I mean, you got 2 outs, Tim. You tell your guy, don't even throw that ball.
They have a new invention down here, Coach. It's called a scoreboard out in right center field.
Ain't it beautiful?
I got a disability. I'm colorblind. And nobody ever knows that, so I can't see that far out.
Well, I didn't want to say anything.
I've got my glasses on. Just ask if you need help.
Yeah, I can see 2 dots out there, but then I looked here and I'm like, are those filled in?
Those are outs. And the count is 1-0 right now.
I know I'm not going back to when we were at League Park when we didn't have the board, how rough it was. Fouled that one off.
It's a little bit different temperature today, Tim, than the high school championship game at League Park,
my
don't
Lord.
you think?
My toes haven't still thawed out from that day.
It was 50 degrees and the wind chill was probably 25.
And when the sun came out, Mo, Colin says it's warming up. That sun lasted about maybe 2 minutes, right, Colin?
If that.
Yeah.
Wow.
On deck and trying to get up here is Martez Pinckney. He's their third baseman.
So Marcelo is up here. He's hacking away, trying to stay alive. Took that pitch.
Way outside.
You see these kids, they're waiting for the strike. They're very patient. I'll give them that much in the top of the first.
Whoa, he ripped that one.
Nice shot.
Yes, he did.
So that's the second hit of the inning.
I'm sorry, but I look at the small things, and he went down that baseline, and he didn't make the correct turn that he needed to be, and that's what some of these guys need to start working on, their base running. All that guy had to do was bobble that ball. He could have been on 2.
That's coaching.
So now Martez Pinckney, the third baseman, hitting .250 on the year. He's going to go to Ohio
He's taking
College
off.
Prep. Here's the throw. No.
They're using their speed.
Now here's a guy, he kind of modifies who his favorite player is a little bit. If you look at it, he picked Carlos Santana. He's got that Carlos Santana look, doesn't he, Coach?
Yeah.
Big guy, likes to hit some runs in.
Got his pants up a little bit. 2 pitches right down the middle. I don't think he's going to see those again. He's probably going to see some kind of curveball right here. He's got some pitches to play around with. Doesn't need nothing close here. Make him chase.
And he did, and then the runner moves up a bag. Man, I'll tell you what, the catcher's position and not blocking the ball and keeping it in front, oh my Lord.
It's a tough position back there. You just got to love it to do it.
People don't realize how tough it is to catch, especially on a foul ball, because the opposite rotation of the ball is going the opposite way.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the middle of the first inning. Again, the Zelma George Black Sox, 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk and an error. Now we'll take a look at the Gunning Park Gators and their starting lineup. Again, starting for the Gunning Park Gators, it will be Michael Rosado leading off, and he's now playing shortstop. Juan Figueroa is batting second. He's playing second base. Gregory, they got Fuentes, but I think they gave us the different name, but he's Garcia. He's catching. Joe Toth, the third baseman. Philip Kay. That's a story in itself, Coach. Remember, we got to talk about his day down here when they first had the dedication. Then you've got Ricardo Madrana in center. Brandon Wilshire, the pitcher. Macklin Rackus, Jothana Perella, and Isaiah Montego. And then when you look at the defense for Zelma George, tell us about them, Coach.
Yeah, you got Marcelo Chapman on the mound, Raekwon Easter behind the plate. Nick Lewis is playing first base, and Jameer Phillips is at second. Marquise Pinckney is at short, and Martez Pinckney is at third base. In the outfield is Ray Reed in the left, Kenny Murray in center, and Ian Menifee in right.
And go back, we're going to take a, we had a chance to catch up with Pat Carroll. He's the assistant coach of the Zelma George team, to get his views on his starting pitcher today, Marcelo Chapman.
Our starting pitcher today is Marcelo Chapman. In order for Marcelo and our team to be successful, he's got to stay ahead in the count against a deep lineup and a well-coached team. And
we were talking earlier about the July 8th, 2019, a very special day. Colin Robertson, you were here. If you remember, there was a young man that came up and spoke. His name was Philip Kay at the dedication. When I'm looking at all the stars that were here that day, I was like, Coach, I'm just like shell-shocked. You want to tell us a little bit about Colin, what you remember?
The opening day was amazing. It was Jim Thome was here, Carlos Baerga, Nagy, Sam McDowell was here, Jared Wright, owner of the Indians was here, Major League Baseball Commissioner was here. Got to talk to all of them, thanking them for what they did for this field, and this field is beautiful. It really is beautiful. And they have one over at Luke Easter Park, same way, looks just as good. It's amazing. And like earlier we were saying about the ball, these kids aren't used to it. Yeah. It hits that turf and it's gone.
Yep.
And like you were saying about the sliding, with the rubber pellets out there, you hit it, you're going to slide past the base if you're not on top of it.
Right.
And from a high school coach's standpoint, we now got 2 turf fields. What does that tell you?
No rainouts.
No rainouts. We're going to be playing.
That's good for the umpires, Tim, because we're able to make some money that day.
Right, exactly.
All right, leading off for the Gunning Park team is Michael Rosado, their shortstop, hitting .240 on the season. Again, when you look at how they got here, we talked about the Gunning team. They're winning 7-1 or 8-1. Mm-hmm. Oh, correct me wrong. I got that thing wrong again, didn't I, Coach? Gunning is 16-1 over Clark and 5-4 over Estabrook.
I had that game with Estabrook. Gunning jumped out to a 5-1 lead, And they were lucky to hang on because Estabrook was coming back with its horns, and they just ran out of batters.
So 2-0 count, and now it's 3-0, and now we're digging a hole. What exactly?
The opposite.
The opposite of what the coach was hoping. Hey, we got to throw strikes and get ahead.
You got to throw strikes, especially that first inning. You got to, establish a tone and make those guys swing the bat. Zelma did a good job at that. That's why they're ahead right now.
Now, I'm sure Carlito is going to do the same thing. They're going to be running also.
Yep.
So batting second is the second baseman, number 19, Juan Figueroa, hitting .363 on the season. Again, he's from Halley School.
There he goes.
Yeah, he leads the team in RBIs. Just stole a base. Now he's going to 3.
I think he's going to send him.
Yeah, I would send him.
There we go. There we go. What's the old saying? Speed kills.
Yeah, they're forcing them to make errors.
I'll tell you, the first time I saw synthetic turf was over at League Park, and I remember the ball being hit in the outfield and how it took off, Coach. I said, "Oh, I better have 6 speedsters."
Yeah. And don't let it bounce in front of you as an outfielder, because it'll bounce right over your head. The other thing about it, it's like 20 degrees hotter.
Exactly.
When it's hot outside, you know.
Exactly.
And I remember the coach for Gunning at the time was the councilman, Marty Kane. And he was, calling him on. I saw him like 2 days later. I said, "Is your right arm still sore, or are you okay?" He said, "Tim, that's amazing field, man."
Councilman Kane, a huge, huge baseball fan.
Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2. 2-1. We're just underway from Brookside Park, Talty Field. It's the Junior Baseball Championship. And we want to remind you that we'll be right back here on TV20. And we'll see the youth baseball champions as well as the senior girls all-stars in the fast pitch.
Can I interject something here, Tim?
Sure.
Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd.
They love it.
I mean, no, we should love it because the parents, grandparents, children, everybody's here tonight. It's huge. That's what it's all about.
Round ball comes up the field, makes the throw, and that's no good. I think we got our first casualty over at first base with the camera guy.
Remember the high school game, Tim, when, who was it, Rhodes or somebody, the fans were going crazy?
Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord.
Sounds like that tonight.
My ears still weren't recovering from it. And we got headsets on, and I'm still hearing the bongos.
There you go.
No, this was a not a hard hit ball, routine hop. He used one hand to catch the ball.
I saw that.
And then he pumps it.
Yep.
And that's what gives him time to get to the bag. You got to come in there with 2 hands, get that ball out your glove. And again, those are the small things that perfects your game.
Did you
to the next level.
post it on Facebook a couple weeks ago about Omar Vizquel and the great hands he had?
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing watching his hands.
Yeah, it's funny because they have this character that's on Facebook, Domingo Ayala, I don't know what you say, but he goes into the camps and he goes, quick hands, quick hands, quick hands. And it's a must. You have to have quick hands when you're an infielder. And you have to be able to throw through different slots on your arm. You might be coming from down low, up top. Just got to be able to do that to be a better infielder.
So nobody out, 2-1 the score. And now batting is Gregory Garcia, hitting .280. He's the catcher.
They're going to have a hard time Catcher's got to block to keep that ball in front of him. I don't know if Coach Mike has someone else throwing in the bullpen, but he already came out and talked to his pitcher. He just wants him to throw strikes. Let the other team hit the ball if that's what's going to happen.
You notice they're playing back, Coach. They're not looking to cut off the run, so they're going to concede the run for the out.
They need outs. They need outs.
Two-one count. They think we're in Puerto Rico. You know, you hear the bongos going.
They're just having fun.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
This is Gregory Garcia. He's batting .280. He's going to leave that one up and take the walk. Another complicated position you get yourself in. Runners on first and third, no outs. You know that guy is going at first because you want to draw the throw. But the defense has to know what they're going to do. And in my opinion, they shouldn't throw down because they already made that error.
I guarantee you one thing, knowing Carlito's time, if they throw down, that kid's coming home.
Oh, yeah, he's going to send them. That's definitely, I mean, that's what's going to happen. So they had a pinch runner for the catcher, which is a rule that you can do.
Exactly.
You don't lose your player.
So now batting is their third baseman, number 7, Joe Toth, hitting .315.
And there's a runner. Throws it hard back to the pitcher.
That's a good play. That's a good play.
All right, didn't try to throw it down. He dropped the ball anyway, but even if he would have did it anyway, that was enough to.
Yep.
This part drives me crazy, Coach. I can tell just by the way they're positioned. I don't think they know where they're going to go with the ball.
Nah, yeah, you gotta pull it in here. It's just a little high. You gotta pull it in, Tim, to cut that run off. High.
Where are those bongos coming from?
They're right in the front row. I mean, you can't beat this. I've never seen this much energy in a long time at a game. That's a hard hit ball to center field. He's under it. Makes the catch. Runner tags from third. And he'll score.
So the sac fly will tie up the ball game. A nice catch by Kenny Murray, their center fielder.
As you see, you're going to see in the replay, 2 hands. He's using 2 hands in the outfield. That's huge.
Right, yep.
Look at that, perfect.
Yep. And it looked like the sun got him a little bit, but you're right, Colin. I mean, you know, those kids, you see a lot of kids try to imitate those pros. And those college guys I see have been doing it a lot, too.
I see that.
One-handed.
So now batting is Philip Kay, number 44. Again, he is a Indians and Corey Kluber fan.
And he wants to be a historian. That's a lot of reading there.
Well, I'll tell you what, when he spoke that day, and Colin mentioned the kind of people were there. Coach, they had Fox 8 and all these other channels there. They were all going to him. I thought he was the major story of the day.
I agree with you 100%, Tim. They were surrounding him.
That's great.
And I
think Cleveland deserved this.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't a partnership between MLB, the Cleveland Indians, and the city of Cleveland to make it work.
Right.
Well, the other thing, which is still a thorn in my side, we got to do something for the girls next. AstroTurf, these two fields over
I remember
here.
you were saying that, yeah.
And Tim, I want to ask you a question. Next year, can we get that plate raised up? You see how that's in the ground? Every little black pellet goes in there.
Don't you got that little broom thing that you
know what?
But you can't get it out.
My eyesight is bad. That's what I'm going to use.
That ball got in the center field.
Can you see home plate from here, Tim?
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. You see,
barely.
It's recessed in the ground, and all those pellets go in there. It's worse than doing a game on a dusty field because you can't get them all out of there.
Well, do you even carry a brush anymore?
Yes. I want to invent a shoe with a brush on the bottom of it so I wouldn't have to bend over and dust the plate anymore.
That's a rip to center field. And the
There's
ball
the
got
bounce.
by him. There it is.
There's the bounce. That's what you were talking about before, Coach, the bounce.
Yeah, and that wasn't a bounce that went over his head, but a bounce that when it hit, it gave him a little kick.
That's right.
And if you don't get down and get in front of that ball, it's going to get past you, and that's what's going to happen every time because it's not like grass is where it's going to stop rolling. It's going to keep going.
It's going to go.
Yep.
You're gone. He hit
That's
the ball
a nice
pretty
hit.
hard, though.
Yeah, it was a great hit. It was straight to him. It would have just been a
One
single.
bounce.
But then
Two
it got it in
bounces.
between
There
him, right
it
through
is.
his legs.
There it is.
I just posted a picture of me down on one knee when I was little, and that's the way my dad taught us. You know, get down on that knee so that ball doesn't get past you.
Block it with your body.
Block it with your body.
Was that before or after you're riding unicycles, Coach?
That was about the same time.
About the same time.
Yeah.
You're looking at Ricardo Madrina, center fielder, 3'11" on. He's a student over Thomas Jefferson. Now you know when you're looking at a young man and he takes the Yankees, and you see who his favorite player was, Coach Luis Severino. I'm like, oh, now I know where them Bogos are coming from. But they love to play.
Yeah, when I walked up today, I saw him warming up, and I said, Carlito, that's probably one of your best players right there. He said, how you know that? I said, I can tell by the way he throws the ball. You know, he's just got a natural live arm. You know, he's got to be a good player. He keeps working hard. Don't see him in big places. And the only thing I saw him do was throw today. And I can tell that.
Isn't it amazing? You can just look at a kid and tell you if he's good.
Yep.
So the pitcher, Brandon Wilshire, hitting 277 on the year.
He's going to have to go back and warm up after this at bat. Zelma still only got one out, and they don't need to be throwing the ball around too much. They already let him get, 4 runs in this inning. Let's concentrate on getting outs. That's foul on a play.
Hi, Coach. You have done this game for many years. What is the first baseman doing wrong over there?
Standing out of play.
Absolutely. He's got to be in fair territory.
Yep. I think he moved in at some point. Nope, he's still out there. Good pitch. Was that strike 3?
Yep.
And
So we got 2 down.
so would the base have been occupied there or no? I don't.
No, he can steal on that. He can go on that.
But he would still be out.
Yeah. Batter's out.
Yeah. Because the catcher dropped the ball, that's why I was
Correct.
saying.
If it was first and second, he couldn't have won.
Right.
So now Macklin Rockness, the left fielder, 247 on the year.
And he wants to be a lawyer, Tim, which is great. Hopefully I won't need any.
Me neither.
Right. Hopefully I won't need him.
I don't know. The way the parents are these days for umpiring and everything, I'm probably going to need a lawyer soon.
You might have to just put him on a payment plan.
There you go. A retainer.
His favorite player is Trevor Bauer. I don't think we want to say too much about Trevor.
Stick to flying those drones, Trevor.
Yeah, that was something to see that day. But hopefully he gets his head back on and get back in there and help the team out. You know?
He will. After he did it, he knew right away.
Yeah.
What did I just do?
Yeah. So we got 2 outs. You know, out of all this, they only got 4 runs so far, but one is lingering on third that could get in. They definitely need the out here to keep themselves in perspective of this game.
2-1 count. Showed a nice curveball on that last strikeout, Coach.
Yeah, he did. Catcher's got to stay down. He popped up a little bit on it.
Here he comes.
Oh, he's
There
in
he
between. Don't. Oh. Just hold the ball in that situation.
That's 5 runs where they got to come in. If he scores 5 runs in an inning, inning's over.
Yes. So that's what they called right here, because once the 5th run comes in the first 3 innings, they have this rule. And again, you can see, I mean, the catcher, I'm sure Mike's going to be over there talking to him, trying to encourage him.
Yeah,
that
you
kind
just,
of a guy.
Your best bet is just hold on to the ball. After, you know, you threw the ball to second base, you threw the ball to third base, and, you know, no one's catching it, or it's a wild throw. Just want to hold the ball at that point in time.
Well, folks, when we come back, we'll have some more action right here from Brookside Field.
Need food? We can help. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank's Benefits Outreach Department works within the community to help individuals locate food and apply for SNAP and other public benefits. Weekdays, our help center accepts phone calls from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and walk-ins from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 216-738-2067 or stop in our facility at 15500 South Waterloo Road. Our benefits outreach counselors are out in the community every day assisting with benefit enrollment and connecting the community to vital resources. Keep your eye out for our food truck, providing free, fresh produce and SNAP enrollment in the community. For more information, visit www.greaterclevelandfoodbank.org/gethelp.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher. Or a reality TV star.
I dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life? Make me excited about science like you?
Have a career that really means something?
Then do it.
I dare you.
All right, welcome back to Brookside, Talty Field. You're watching Junior Boys Championship action. The team in the gray is the Gunning Park Recreation Team. They're the home team, and they lead 5-2. And you're looking at the pitcher on the mound for the Gunning team. And again, the young man has given up 2 runs in the first inning, but not all on him.
So Juan Figueroa throws the first batter out.
You're looking at
nice
right
smooth
here.
play with 2 hands, gets the ball out of his glove. Makes a good throw over there.
So that was Kenneth Murray. Now it'll be up to Ian McAfee.
Ends out of Benedictine. Batting .333. Takes the first pitch down low for a ball.
We're having a very special guest that's going to join us here from the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball. He is the president. You saw him before the ceremony today, honoring the players to this league. They do it every year. And it's all about a person that gave a lot to our kids, and he'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But first of all, we want to welcome Frankie Galicio. Frank, welcome to TV20.
Thank you, Tim. Thanks for having me on.
It's kind of become an annual thing every year. The weather seems to get better, and the field seems to get better.
Oh, yes. You were right about the temperature. 82 degrees. It's beautiful. But there's no wind, like you said. But it seems like the players are having a fun time here so far. This is a pretty good game.
Oh, absolutely. And Frank, when you first saw this field, what was the first reaction like?
It was like a dream, something you only dream about. And now I'm just witnessing it. And the person Tim mentioned earlier that I will talk about, the person I was going to talk about was Mike Humiston. I wish he was here to see this.
Oh, I think he is. And we'll bring his picture up here in a second, Frank, so we can talk a little bit about Mike and what he meant to the kids in Cleveland and the things he did during his tenure. You know, we all know him as the scout, the guy that always helped Cleveland kids, but he was very special in many, many ways.
To all of us, Tim, and you know it, to all of us.
And he caught him looking. That was Ian Menifee.
So now Nick Lewis, the first baseman. Take a look at it here, Coach.
Yeah, it's just too close to take, right on the outside corner. That's a good pitch.
I wish I had that pitch. They never pitched to me that way.
Dave Ford threw pretty hard back then, Tim.
Yeah, I never saw the pitch. But Coach, the last time you played on here, do you remember?
Yeah.
You played the RBI kids, right?
Yes, sir.
You remember what you did to Manny when he threw that pitch?
Yeah, I don't want to hurt Manny's feelings anymore.
I'll tell it like it is.
I think he's still reliving
Frank, he hit that ball over center field fence. I thought I had whiplash looking at the ball.
Oh, my God.
And they were all laughing. They said, Coach? Now, the RBI alumni, they had a game where they played against the RBI alumni and the senior team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember ever this happening, Coach, but one of the coaches got struck out by Bufford. I didn't mention anybody's name.
Whoa.
That was, stuck out. But
whoa. Got to know your limitations.
But he is here in the house helping us tonight. Came back from Indiana and had a lot of baseball going on. But Frank, as you can see, they're going off the field. Mike Humiston, let's talk a little bit about Mike. What was that all about?
Mike was an elderly guy, and he liked to go to breakfast and everything. And we became really good friends after I retired from the courts. Also in the audience today is Virgil Pittman. He's a grandfather of one of the players that is playing on the field today. But about Mike was just he had a heart of gold. He loved the game of baseball, and he's so knowledgeable. He helped so many of the kids with their stance, their batting. Even he helped the coaches. He helped them. He talked to them, and made sure that everything was good. And made sure everything was positive. And I know he was so important to our whole group. And Mike he introduced us to a baseball player who couldn't make it here today with the Cleveland Indians, Joe Charbonneau. And Joe Charbonneau also, he gave a lot of his time to the kids from Greater Cleveland. And, with the two of them and, just having somebody reach out to the children of the city of Cleveland, Greater Cleveland, meant so much. And he made a lot of parents happy, too, just knowing that he cared so much. Like I said, he was elderly and he passed away, but we did have a dedication for him a couple years ago. And this Greater Cleveland Sandlot baseball started June of 2012, and we're a 501c3, and we have fundraisers, and anybody who wants to donate, just get a hold of me or Tim.
Okay, leading off here in the bottom of the second inning is number 9, Macklin Rockus. 247 on the year. Again, Rockus, a Lutheran West. This is the guy you were talking about that wanted to be the lawyer, coach.
Yeah, he wants to be a lawyer. Hopefully he becomes that or a professional player, but I don't want to see a lawyer. But
when you were their age, were you dreaming about becoming a teacher and a coach and all that?
No, I didn't. I wanted to do the opposite of what my parents did. So I think I wanted to be a detective.
Yeah.
And I subbed like one day after I got out of college, and there was 20 years later. I'm 20 years into teaching and coaching, and just helping kids. It's so rewarding. I love it.
And you do a great job. You do a great job for the children.
I appreciate it.
Witnessed this since we started helping ourselves. My God.
Frank, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball has done this year for helping the kids out?
Actually, even tonight, the small things we do. The concession stand. There's a lot of people in the audience, a lot of players. We donate some of the money toward the concession, so if a player is hungry or something, all through this championship week, Louis would reach out to the children so they could have something to eat, something they want and stuff. It's rewarding in itself. Even if there wasn't even a game here, that's so important. Just giving back, just anything. That's part of it. Also, our fundraiser. Also, we purchased a lot of the pants you see the kids wearing this evening, and CBF also they fielded the shirts and the hats and everything else. So we did a lot of things like that, and there was a mat that we ordered to get started here. I haven't seen it, but it might be here through the week. But yeah, these are the things that we do. There's the little things and stuff. But just to see this field in the condition it is today, compared back to when we had that bad storm about 8 years ago or whatever, and the shape it was in then, And what it looks like now is just, it's unbelievable. And that's what we do. We just try to give back to Greater Cleveland, the children that play, toward the game. Like I said, we're a 501c3, and you can get a hold of me or Tim if you want to make a donation toward our organization.
Now, when you're looking at the kids that are playing here today, yeah, all the baseball pants were donated through the efforts of the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball. And Frank talked about feeding the kids. It becomes more apparent when they had those twilight doubleheaders, and in between doubleheaders, we make sure the kids get something to eat so they carry them through.
It's such an important thing. We try to think of things like that to make this really good, to show the children that giving to one another is what it's all about. So when they get older, they can give back. And even now, just sitting here today, I see some of the players I seen start this playing like where the children are here today. They're here helping, and some of them actually work for the city of Cleveland. Yeah. There's so many of them that gave back so far and stuff. But we're continuing this organization, and the little we can do is a plus. And a big part is Tim and Mike Serpatowski, who isn't here today. They're very helpful in making sure everything's done right. But I appreciate my time here. But I'm going to let Tim take over.
So batting right now is Isaiah Montego, 247. St. Thomas More, right up the street from here, 8th grader. Coach, I'm going to hit you with a shocker in about 2 seconds here.
Okay.
Let me give you some history here. His grandfather, Tony Montego, played for me when he was a kid. This kid's father is Tony the third or second, and I'm his godfather.
Oh, wow.
So he came over to say hello to me. I haven't seen him in such a long time. I said, are we getting that old, or is it? But yeah, he's got that little Montego look to him. I said, where's Grandpa at, Tony? He said, oh, he's out of town in Columbus. Otherwise, he'd have been here.
Yeah, Tony was something else. Well, what a ball player he was. My God.
He was a Lincoln West kid, wasn't he?
He sure
Frankie?
was.
That's what I thought.
Sure was.
There he goes.
Get it right where you want. And he's not going to be able to pick it up.
He's in a tough position being a lefty at second base. But doing the best he can. He didn't let the ball get by him.
Coaches, I noticed something earlier watching while you guys were commentating in the first inning. I noticed the way these players are sliding. They're like gliding on this turf. They're like flying.
Yeah, you can slide a long ways on this turf.
Oh my.
So now batting is Michael Rosado. He's walked and scored the first time up. Again, he's at Bard High School. He wants to be a pilot. I don't see too many of them talking about flying up in the air.
They have a school in Cleveland, Davis Aeronautics, and my wife is going to be teaching there this year, where they teach them how to fly. And one girl just recorded her first solo flight from that school. So it's Cleveland schools have been doing a great job giving options to these kids, and they have a school where they can, go out there and learn how to fly.
You make a valid point. Well, you've heard so much about. At first, it was just John Hay with the medicine and all that.
Right.
But now it seems like it just blossomed through the whole district.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people don't know about it, but hey, it's out there. It's called Davis Aeronautics, and it's actually right across the street from Channel 3 News. And in marine time, they do marine time, and they have to learn how to, do things out on the lake and run the boats, and so they're getting exposed to a lot of things. And they made a play at first, which was going to record the second out. Marcelo Chapman, he got the strikeout looking for the first out. So his team helped him out there.
Now it's number 19, Juan Figueroa, the second baseman. He reached on an error to the shortstop last time. Now they have made a defensive change. They moved Pinckney, who was normally at short, into catcher. And then they put Raquan Easter over at short.
Yeah, so, you know, like I was saying, there's just a lot of options out there for these kids academic-wise and to get right into the workforce right after high school, you know. A lot of kids, they don't feel college is for them, and they can go to some trade schools. They can go to barber schools. They can go to and get their pilot's license and start flying, you know. So it's a lot of options out there.
You know, I attended the Bard High School graduation this year, actually the last 2 years, and I was amazed to hear that those kids they're graduating with some degrees already.
Right, associate's degrees, yeah.
That's just phenomenal.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It is amazing.
Then what they have now, where if you go to school for like 4 years and you graduate, now they pay for their college tuition?
Right, they have a little program where they're doing that. I think it's a few stipulations in there, but, you know, most of the kids will probably benefit from that program where, the worst thing, that ball is going to be foul. I think the worst thing for a kid, especially coming out of the inner city, is to go to college and then come out with a tab, you know, a big college student loan that they got to pay back. And, you know, Cleveland is on it, and they're making it a lot easier for these kids to succeed. You just got to want it.
I'm from St. Rocco's Church, and I saw something that RBI children did something really nice for our church. The RBI players, they did some work at St. Rocco's Church, and I'd like to thank whoever set that up for St. Rocco's. It was well appreciated.
And you got Chapman here throwing an outside curveball and rung him up for the last out of the inning.
Now, if Colin was sitting here, he would point out a very valid point. Yeah, you may have saw it hit the dirt, but it's where it goes by the plate. Am I right, Coach?
Exactly, yep. It's where it crosses the plate.
And Frank, I definitely want to talk about the senior boys RBI. I think the girls were over there maybe, and they were doing a project over by St. Rocco's. Tell us a little bit about what they did as far as community service.
Actually, there's a lot of landscaping done. There's a daycare center that's now going to become the school. There's a lot of changes going on at St. Rocco's with the new pastor, Father James Mayer, and with the kids helping out and making it easier for us to, you know, doing their volunteer helps the church save money and stuff. It is an inner city school. We've been there for well over 100 years, and we can't thank them enough. But yeah, they were there to help, and then they were very, very professional about what they were doing, like the workforce, like we were talking about earlier.
So we got a substitution in right field for Gunning. I was praying we didn't have to say this last name, Joel Wadarsik. I hope I got it close.
That was great. That was good, Tim.
I don't know whatever happened to, you know, Smith,
I would have just
Jones,
been sitting here,
you know,
like,
Wells.
Yeah, that was a tough one. You got it, though.
Yeah.
Radarchik?
Oh, Lord. So anyway, Frank, first of all, we don't want to keep you that long. We appreciate you coming by and doing what you guys do annually every year. And the turf mat that you're talking about, we'll use, you know, next week right here on TV20 when the girls play. So that's another advantage. Colin talked about getting the girls a field. We're trying to make this work until we can get that done. But realistically, it's been a great thing that you do with that organization to help out a little bit. It means a lot to us, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I thank you, Tim, and I thank the people from Greater Cleveland, the city of Cleveland. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming by. So Frank Galizio, the president of the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball, stopping by. Again, Mo, I think about every time I see Frankie and he mentions Mike Humiston, it makes me Just like I know where he'd be sitting right now.
Right.
And he'd be sitting over here talking, and I'd be praying, please say the right words.
Exactly. You got Andre Brown out of Jane Addams up. He swung at the third pitch. He's going to take off. And catcher throws down. Catcher's got to step out wide, even on the inside or the outside. You can't just run behind him, but he recorded the out. Andre Brown was batting .215. And his favorite player was Carlos Santana. So that would be the first out of the third inning. We got to rip the second. Fields it. Throws it over cleanly. That's 2 outs. Amir Phillips hits the shortstop. Shortstop is Juan Figueroa.
No, they changed that up on us, Coach.
Oh,
It's
sure
Michael
did.
Rosado. They moved him over there. But look at this play here, man.
Fields it clean. Gets a good throw. So Michael Rosado with the put out. That's it.
Second out, Ray Reed. He walked and scored his first time up. Seems like they're settling in now, throwing strikes.
Ray Reed wants to be a business entrepreneur, own his own business. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Went for one up top.
We are honored with the Mr. President of the Greater Cleveland Umpires Association back joining us. And Colin, I want you to know we had a play while you were gone, and I spoke up for your behalf. I said Colin would say it doesn't matter where it lands, it's where it goes across the plate. Is that correct?
That's correct, Tim.
I know I get blamed for always...
Oh, you get blamed for all the umpire calls. You can see it at home, folks. Let us know what's going on. You make the call.
We haven't had any of those lately, though.
Thank God, Tim. Thank God.
So you guys really do go back and watch the game.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I wanted to send him a tape. I said, I'm going to send this to you because we had 4. And then after he saw it, he said, I don't believe this happened. But realistically, you know, the umpires do more than umpiring the game, Colin, don't they? Especially in a recreational league.
You know what I do, Tim. I don't believe at this level the kids should be called for walks and all that. You've got to go out there and instruct them what they are doing wrong.
Right.
Because the coaches, you know, God bless them for being out here every day with these kids. There's 27 different balks. Are we going to call them all? We'd be here all night.
Right.
That's not happening. Now, I know Carlito told me one time, I said, we're not going to call balks. I'm going to instruct the kids what they're doing wrong. Carlito said, no, you are going to call a balk on my kids so they know what they're doing wrong. That's Carlito.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's one thing he actually works with them on that. So
he does.
You know, for him to get a freebie, and he works with them on it. I think he wants them to genuinely, you know, be at the point where they know when they're doing something wrong. It's a good throw down.
It was.
It's a little bit off, but
Reed's got a lot of speed. So now you put him in the scoring position. You look at the throw here.
He's got a good throw down. I think he almost came up short on that slide, though. Hold the player on. Right here is the situation. You want to hold this guy on. You know, the pitcher, he needs the various looks. You know, he needs to look once the first time, look 3 times the next time. But you don't have to throw back there. The second baseman also, he needs to make sure he's, you know, in and out. He doesn't need to be on top of the base like he is there, but he just needs to get close enough to hold that guy to a certain position so he doesn't get a big lead to third base. So right there, second baseman was out of position.
Oh! Call that through the wickets. You're going to throw to second.
And he's in there. No one covered. No one covered. On the hit, the second baseman was out of position because he's covering a guy that doesn't need to be covered.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Right through his legs. Just got to get down. That turf is not going to give you a bad hop. So you got to get that glove down.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be a true bounce all the time.
Right. I think the most that happens, you'll get some of those pellets in your mouth.
So Raquan Easter, his first time up, he singled and came around and scored on an error by the catcher. You know, one of the concerns that Mike had told me before the ball game started, I said, Mike, what's your biggest? He says, Tim, I just pray that they don't start throwing the ball around.
Right,
you know?
right.
And that's been one of the things he's been working with, and you can see why.
Right.
You know,
you see in the first inning it hurt. They were throwing the ball around in the first inning.
They had 4 runs, and 2 of them were unnecessary.
Correct.
May have been more than that, but I know at least 2.
Here we go, Tim. It's starting up. The fans are getting rowdy.
Well, we got a Spanish guy here. He'll help us out if they say anything bad. Nothing, Alex. I'm just messing. That's all. That's a story in itself. We got to talk about Alex Perella and what he did with the junior team. Here goes the throw.
Got him.
He's going to run down, go all the way back to the bag.
He got him. Here we go, Tim. There's our first call of the day. You people at home, you make the call.
Okay. Sees he's coming. Sees, oh, I'm in trouble. Nothing there. Now he's in the baseline.
If he gets all the way back, he's fine, but he tagged him on the back of the leg.
Yeah, didn't get to the bag in time. I think the umpire did a nice job on that call.
I think the umpire did a great job, Tim.
He was in great position.
Exactly.
You know, and that's all you can ask for.
Well, folks, that brings us to the middle of the 3rd inning. You've been watching Junior Boys Baseball Championship right here from Brookside Talty Field. We'll be back with more championship play.
Calls me googly eyes.
And you know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
That's
Well, welcome back to Brookside Talty Field. The bongos are still going. Everybody's having a party and a dance over here. And this game is now 5-3 in the 3rd. Gunning is now batting And leading off for Gunning is Gregory Garcia. Coach, I'm telling you, the dancing and the bongos and everything, you couldn't ask for a better atmosphere.
No, Tim, this is electric tonight. I'm loving it.
I think Coach left us, Tim, to go dance with those people.
I think you're right. I think the coach left to go dance. And I'll tell you what, you know, the Hispanic parade's getting ready to come out pretty soon here.
I'll take it. All right, looks like Marcelo is kind of settled in there. He's throwing strikes. It's a good pitch. Try to get him to chase. He's got 2-2 now. You know what I see all these hitters doing there? They're like choking on the bat. They got the bat so tight in their hands. And he watched that one.
Good pitch. Good pitch.
So for him to keep this game close, the 5-3 game, he came in, he got the first out by himself. Now he needs his team to help him out a little bit.
Correct.
You know, and that's what's been lacking the last few innings.
Well, it's like Tim said before, he's settled in out there and he's throwing strikes.
Yeah, he's throwing strikes now.
I think a lot had to do with the change in the catcher, too. I think that helped settle him in. You watch this catcher, he moves a little bit better back there, Coach.
Yeah. Well, he's catching the ball. The ball's popping out of Raekwon's hand a little bit.
So we're looking at Joe Toth.
That's a rip. Raekwon gets it, he makes the throw. Hey, that's not a bad play by Raekwon, you know. That's a hard hit ball.
He went in the hole right there. He came up throwing.
And he made a good throw.
Yes, he did.
And the reason I say it might have bounced and everything, but if you throw the ball over his head, you got no chance.
Correct.
You throw it in the dirt, you give him a chance. And he got rid of it as quick as possible. And he showed a good play right there.
Well, they usually teach you when you're in the hole like that, sometimes, well, this level, no, but when you're at the majors, you see those guys, they are taught to bounce the ball to the first baseman.
Yeah, throw the ball in the dirt. That's a strong throw down.
Oh!
He almost slipped past the base.
Okay, you people at home, you make the call.
I don't think he'll let me live this down.
Nah.
But you know, on that play that you're talking about where the shortstop made the throw, we'll take a look at it. That's a good throw.
Great throw.
He's quick, he's fast.
Yeah. He stayed on the bag.
But the other thing is, which I was very impressed, was when the first baseman came off the bag.
Right.
By him coming off the bag and catching the ball, that stops that extra base.
Exactly.
You know, those are the kind of things, you don't put them in a scorebook, but you catch it.
And we got somebody warming up in the bullpen over there.
It couldn't have been a warm-up throw.
Yes,
no. If he is, tell him to stay
tell
in there
him
and
sit
keep
back
warming up. Ground ball.
This is the help you need right here. Good throw.
Good throw.
Good job by Raekwon.
Nice job. Very nice job.
So 2 down. Coach, you look at it here, man.
He came through that. That's an obstacle. When you got a guy running in front of you like that.
That's tough.
Yeah, keep that ball in. Did a great job and made the play.
And that time he used 2 hands.
Right. Well, that's a different
shortstop.
Different shortstop. The shortstop that was there, he's now catching.
Okay.
Now Ricardo Madrina, I seen him take this swing twice. He's walked and scored before, but Coach, if he connects with this swing, oh my Lord.
When I had that game that night against Estabrook, he hit a ball to right field, took 1 bounce, and hit the fence.
Well, like Carlito said, he plays with swag, you know. You can tell he just loves the game. He stands in there. He's got that baseball swag.
He's got a
good
beautiful
frame,
stance.
too.
A beautiful stance.
They've just informed me from the National Weather Service that we are now at 76 degrees. Colin, we'll take that 76, better than that 25.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was in Nebraska over the weekend. The coolest day there was 94.
Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord.
Takes it the other way. Good
I love that swing.
Gets the RBI.
And you've seen when he hit first, it's a correct turn going towards second base. Came back, Carlito would tell him, make the turn.
That's
Great
what you
hit.
want. That's what you want. Basic fundamentals. You know, when scouts come, they look. Those are the things they're looking at. Just a little bobble from the outfielder. If you're running that,
exactly.
You know, it'll get you in the 2. Got a huge lead. He had a huge lead. He didn't get his catcher enough time to make that throw.
Last time up, Wilshire struck out looking. 2 outs, man on second, and they got him picked off.
Just run him all the way back. Oh, he dropped the ball. Oh, he dropped it.
Well, I don't know what happened there, Tim, but I do believe we're going to see
on the replay. Thank goodness for a replay. Here we are. Caught it.
That looked like a little magic trick.
Well, this is when the coach comes out and say, can you get some help from your partner?
Yeah.
He's coming. Just give him a little time.
Don't worry. Tim will be there on the replay of all this.
That was magic right there.
I'm glad I wasn't here for that one.
Well, folks, the Department of Public Health, they're charged with improving the quality of life in the city of Cleveland by promoting healthy behavior, protecting the environment, preventing disease, and making the city a healthy place to live, work, and play. To learn more about the city of Cleveland's Department of Public Health, log on to cleveland.org.oh.gov or call 664-2324. You know, Coach, one of the best secrets in sometimes we don't get it out in recreation. You know, the season comes to an end, we're thinking about, okay, they're going back to school.
Right.
And we serve free lunches all summer long, but the other part is now if you attend school, you have to be a student in school, you can go to your local recreation centers because they now have meals after school. So when they get to go to the recreation centers, you know, they get a free meal. I wish I had that when I was growing up, you know, where I could go there and have something to eat. And then the other thing is, once they come to the rec center, they get the free meals. Then they can get some help with their schoolwork.
Right.
And they go and recreate. So it's a perfect setting for the parents that are looking to get their kids to a safe haven, be active, get involved, make sure they get nutrition. It's all there for you, the citizens of Cleveland. So if you're interested more about the free meal program, pick up the phone right now and call 664-2307. So we are now in the top of the 4th inning. And now batting for Zelma George is number 4. Raquan Easter. He singled, scored.
That's a drive. It's going back. That's going to be to the wall, Tim.
Going to be more than a wall. Look at him coming to third. Will he send him? He's had him running all day. Here comes the throw.
Down.
He's out.
Oh, he might be out of the game. I think he's going to say here that he's blocking the plate.
Well, I guess this is the one when we say count, and let's take a look at it.
I have to go to the bathroom, Tim. I'll be back.
Here's the relay.
I don't think he got to the plate.
Shortstop makes the call.
He didn't get to the
Never
plate.
got to
He
the
never
plate.
got to the plate.
Great call, Johnny Johnson. Great call.
Bang that one
ball.
into the ground. That's a foul ball.
You know, in my game, if somebody throws their helmet like that, guess where they're going?
Yeah. You know, I saw that. And
That's very unsportsmanlike. I understand, you know, you're upset.
you definitely got to be warned about that.
Yep.
You know, and he almost hit the coach too. So
Yes, he did.
you know, that's a safety issue.
And to me, the coach came down like, you know, question it, you know. I'd have been, wait a minute, I got to go talk to my player. He almost hit me with that helmet. You don't
Right.
throw the helmet.
Right.
Now, again, some umpires would throw him right away, but I'm sure the umpires saying it's a championship game. I'm going to give him the warning.
And you know what? The coaches they're 90 feet away, and they can't see the angle. Johnny Johnson was right on top of that call.
Right.
He was in perfect position.
You know what that reminds me of when Colin says that, Mo? In my younger day when I would coach, and I'd be I admit I was a little fiery back then.
Say a prayer for us.
Oh,
when Tim was
you were
coaching.
fiery, definitely.
And I've had umpires tell me, I'm on top of the plate, and you're over 90 feet away, and you're over here talking to me about it.
Right.
I turn around and I say, well, I guess you're right. I'll see you.
You don't want me to tell you the old hidden ball trick, do
Oh,
you, Tim?
no. All right, let's take a look at it one more time. But I'm telling you, the umpire made the right call. And what I like about it is they hit the cutoff guy here, Coach.
Right. They had the second cutoff guy, which is a shortstop, and there it is.
He never got
to the plate.
And that's going to be sailing out to the outfield. It's going to
Look
stay
at
on the
that.
bag.
But now that's perfect. Over the second baseman's head, who was supposed to take the throw, and the shortstop backing it
They're
up.
backing it up. And that's what they did on the cutoff, and they were able to throw the guy out of home.
Yep.
Those are fundamental things that you work on at practice. Carlito, obviously, you know, he's working hard with these guys. And he's paying off.
What I like about that play at home, like I said, Johnny Johnson was right in the right position on the right side of the plate. Throw coming in from left center. Perfect.
Yep. And he foul tip, swung at the high pitch. And that's going to be Martez Pinckney with the strikeout.
I want to repeat this on TV20.
That was Kenneth Murray.
Johnny Johnson made a great call on the play at the plate.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Tim, are you okay?
I just want to make sure I have it on the record. I did please an umpire for a call. I haven't been that bad. They're holding them close. I don't know if I keep them holding them that close, though.
So this is number 8, Javion Neville. He's out of John Hay. Number 8. He's a 9th grader. He fouls one back. Wants to be an engineer, and he loves Francisco Lindor.
Nothing wrong with that.
How long do you think we're going to keep Francisco?
I think he's done after this year. He's going to sign billions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be.
Well, if it's in that figure, we won't. We can't afford that.
I don't know about billions, but it's going to be.
He's happy.
It might be $500 million. I'm serious about that.
You're right.
So Javon grounds out.
Javion Neville made the last out.
Yeah, Javion Neville.
We'll look at it here one more time.
Just a little dribbler to the pitcher.
Step and throw.
That's the new thing, you know, you just come over and toss it over when you're a pitcher.
I don't agree with it.
All right. Well, two things about that. I wouldn't have tossed it overhand. I probably would have did it underhand. And the other thing was, you know, a lot of times, I know when I coach, a lot of my time is spent on PFP.
Yeah.
Pitcher field position. Because I feel that your game is won and lost in your infield.
Exactly.
Because if guys are hitting balls to the outfield, I mean, you're just getting blasted right there, you know.
See,
They're all just pop-ups.
I love this now. In between, the coaches out here complaining about the call to the umpires. But when the kid dropped the ball in the last inning and it was in their favor, nothing was said.
Right. Never came out.
The bench.
It's just too late then. I mean, you have to.
It is. You know, if more coaches would understand how to make a proper appeal,
right,
there wouldn't be a problem.
And there's the cutoff.
That's what I like about
And he threw a strike right to the catcher.
Now you stop it right here.
And
See it? He never got there.
3 or 4 feet in front of the plate.
You guys in the truck are my heroes. Don't let Tim Wells ever tell you you're not.
That's it. I'm leaving. I got to get out of here.
We don't need you here anyway.
Pretty soon they're going to be videotaping all these games and going, what are they doing in the majors? Like, I want to check this.
Replay.
Yeah. Good Lord, thank God high school has the rule you can't do video. So leading off is number 12 for the gunning team.
You see what I was talking about before? The angle. The angle of the umpire, they can't see it from the field.
That's Brandon Wilshire at the plate, fouled one back, batting .277. He's throwing a good game on the mound, settled in. So speaking of umpires, Colin, you guys need more umpires, right? That's what's going on now?
Exactly, Marcus. We went from 140 last year, we're down to 79 this year.
Wow.
It's, you know, a lot of them are older, but it's the fans.
Right.
The fans. Yeah. It's getting crazy out there.
That's
a gapper.
Yep, that's going to drop. And looks like he cut it off, but he bobbled it, so he's going to get into 2 standing up. And Wilshire is going to help himself out with a double.
Yeah, back to the umpires. It's brutal out there.
Right.
It's just brutal out there. I mean, I had a game this year where 2 women were fighting behind the backstop.
Wow.
I mean, come on. Is it that important to you?
Right.
And the only thing you're doing is embarrassing your children.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I love this atmosphere right here. You don't hear anybody yelling any obscenities. Everybody's having fun. You really can't tell who's winning or losing.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
It's a good pitch by Chapman. Gets ahead.
Is Alex Irish?
All the way. All the way. He did a great job. He did a great job with the kids this year. He's an intern that volunteered, trying to get involved with sports in inner city and helping kids don't have everything.
You know the key word that you use? He volunteered.
That's true.
That's huge.
Yep. I know somebody that got fired from a volunteer job.
That would be you. That would be you. How did I know that?
It's a good pitch. Foul tip, strike 3.
Good swing, young man. Very good swing.
Yes, it was. Good pitch, good swing. Bought a little bit of break on it. Got a piece of it, but catcher able to hold on to it.
Again, the mandatory play. Every player must bat and play. We are looking, I believe this is number 10. I didn't catch his number coming up, Coach. So we'll get in a second for you.
Looked like a pitch out right there. He wasn't going anywhere. It's not the second, gets down, makes the play. Oh, he dropped the ball. He's gonna be safe at first. Wow. Chapman, those are the plays I'm talking about. He's throwing his heart out on the mound.
Exactly.
And he gets the strikeouts on his own, and he just wants these guys to make a play behind him.
You can see him out there now. His head is down.
Yeah. And that's basic fundamental.
Not your fault. Just keep pitching.
Got to keep pitching. Got to keep your head in it. Doing a good job out there, keeping his team in the game. They're only down 3 runs. He's taking off. It's going to be a no throw.
Well, it looks like Tim went on lunch break. So you and I, Marcus, will have to carry on here.
Yeah, so we
got number 11.
Isaiah Montijo up the bat. That's 247. He wants to be a veterinarian. Falls high, but he chops at it. Fouls it off. 10's St. Thomas More.
Right up the street here in Brooklyn.
Only in the 8th grade.
Amazing. These young men, you know, I see some of these young men these days, and you know, I'm only 5'8", but some of these kids are over 6 feet.
Oh, yeah.
They're going 200 pounds.
Yep.
Come on, they're huge. Look at the catcher here. He's a big kid.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, we
don't throw down. Hold on to the ball.
I always want to say something might be in the food or something. I don't know. It's just
I don't
kids
know
just seem
either.
big nowadays. Good pitch. It's going to be a foul ball down first base. So he's got 2-2, 1 out.
Yep.
He needs an out here. You know, you're at the bottom of the lineup. It's your 9th hitter.
One thing about these gunning kids, they're all swinging.
Yeah, put the ball in the bat.
They're not looking to walk. And a lot of that is Carlito.
Yeah, they put the bat on the ball. Put it in play. That's a
pitch.
That's a good pitch.
They wouldn't dare call him out. That's my godson. Did you tell him that?
Montego's just,
I mean his son, my godson's son.
That's a good pitch. Good catch by the catcher.
What's he waving about?
I don't know. I don't know if he's telling you got to come down some more or what.
No, he's daring the runner from third to steal.
Yeah, he needs not to worry about him right now.
Got 2 outs, am I right, Coach?
Right. Yeah, you don't need to worry about him right now. Throw the ball down there, you know, like we've seen before, to be 7-3 then. You got 2 outs. Just make sure he goes back to the base.
Here we go. Now the fans don't like the high strike.
It's number 19, Ezekiel Alfonso, up the bat. Goes to Our Lady Mount Carroll. He's only in the 8th grade. Wants to be an engineer. Good swing there. And his favorite player, who do you think?
What position does he play?
His favorite player. He's not a big guy, so who do you think his favorite player is?
This gal?
Jose Altuve.
Altuve, oh yeah.
Good pitch.
Strike 3. Yes, sir. I was right there.
Yep. So that's the end of the 4th. And
he knew it on this one, Colin. Look at it.
Oh, it was right there.
Right
Look
down
at
the
that.
middle.
Oh, perfect pitch. Perfect pitch.
Right
I'll
down
say
the
one
middle.
thing. Johnny Johnson is calling one heck of a game tonight.
Are you trying to get him elected as the mayor of some city? I mean, everything's been good with him.
I truly wish he'd take my job as president of the umpires. then you could be calling him every day.
Department of Public Works, providing quality services for quality life in our neighborhoods, our city, and our future. To learn more about the City of Cleveland Department of Public Works, log on to cleveland.gov or call this number right now at 664-2485. You know why we got a little bit of break? You know, it does have that little fall chill in the air now.
It's
better time.
amazing how much it's dropped since we got here.
There is so much excitement in our town, Coach.
Yeah.
About the Browns. I mean,
it's crazy.
I got a guy that calls me about every other, at least once or twice a week, telling me we need a quarterback. I told him, I don't know what team you're talking about. But truthfully, football is on the rise with the Browns now, and everybody's thinking Browns.
Yep, you can't find a ticket nowadays.
No, you cannot.
Let me get you on record here, Coach. What do you think? Is this team going to be in the playoffs, and we going to be in the right direction?
We got the replay, Coach Mike.
He was out.
Yeah. So we got a new pitcher in for Gunning Park Recreation Gators, number 44. Philip K is on the mound. Wilshire did a great job, and looks like K is going to finish the job.
Well, let's go over to Carlitos and ask him, when we asked him earlier about his relief pitcher today, Philip K.
My relief pitcher is number 44, Philip K. In order for Philip K to be successful, he'll have to attack every batter. He's a veteran pitcher who pitches for Rhodes High School, so we're looking for his leadership and just to avoid base on balls.
So yeah, Philip K is definitely doing that. He's getting ahead. He's ahead in the count right now, 0-2.
I've seen this young man a couple of times, even with Rhodes.
Yeah.
He throws heat and he throws strikes.
Yeah, that's what you need. And he shouldn't change anything. Come right back with a fastball, which he did, but it was just off the plate a little bit. That's smart pitching right there. If you know a team can't catch up to your fastball, why throw a curveball?
Correct.
And that's what he did.
That's what he did.
You need to tag him. Got good confidence in your catcher, good block, quartered the out.
You know what I
Nice
like about
break.
this Gunning team? After every play, they're talking to each other. They're pumping each other up, and they're really getting into it.
And he's bringing it. If he gets into a zone.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
Yep.
Catcher, one thing you don't want to do is stand up and turn around and look at the umpire because you thought it was a strike.
I thought I heard him say strike.
That'll get you in trouble.
That's not going to go in your favor.
Right. I guess.
How many times, Connie, have you heard an umpire tell the catcher, stay down, I can't see it?
A lot. A lot. You blocked my vision.
Yes, sir.
Boy, did he take command on those last two batters.
Pitch drops right down and right
Yes,
at the waist.
Did.
You know, at this age level, I mean, a lot of people see that at home. And, oh, that ball was high. At this age level, that's a strike.
Exactly.
You know,
swing the bat, like you said before.
Yeah.
I mean, when you used to coach, I remember you. You know, I'm here. Make the kid swing the bat.
Right.
Don't let them walk. Swing the bat.
That's what people come to see. Parents come to see you walk.
Exactly.
You know?
Oh, you know what? He hit a nerve when he just said that. Let me just say why. And I'm not saying it happens on the Sandlots, but I watched the Indians play the other night, and they had a guy up behind that plate, Mo. I said, we're going to be here for 3.5 hours. He's not going to call strikes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's right down the middle.
Give this to him. This is
I'll tell you what.
Philip K is blowing him down.
Yeah, you know, it's like you said.
Right.
I mean, they don't give corners or, you know, or a high pitch. Yeah, it's the size of a pea. Look at this. This kid is throwing
right there.
strikes.
That's right there.
Well, there's a lot of people happy here. You are looking at the high cam of TV20, and look at the lights. All the lights have been filled through Metro Parks. They prepped the field to make sure between the city and Metro Parks to give these kids an opportunity to play on a premier field. Something that we never got the opportunity in our day. But again, our special thanks to them. And we talked a little bit about football, and no better time to talk about it is now time. The football teams are out there practicing in your neighborhood. Again, it's tackle football. It's called Cleveland Muni Football. Again, if you're interested in getting involved, you can go to their website. It'll tell you exactly what organizations are in your neighborhood. Again, it's clevelandmunifootball.org. And it also will cover the teams, the ages, as well as the cheerleaders. So again, do not wait. Get off the couch. Get out there. It's football season, because Marcus Morrison, my partner, is going to make a prediction right now on TV. Will the Cleveland Browns make the playoffs?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a huge Browns fan, and you know, I'm just like everybody else in Cleveland. I was rooting for the Browns even when the hard times. So, you know, and that goes to another thing to say. All those Warrior fans, you know, just make sure you're staying Warrior fans this year. You know, I don't want to see people jumping off the bandwagon for basketball season. You know, just stay a Warriors fan. I want to see all those new guys out here, you know. But yeah, definitely the Browns, man, all the way.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, folks, right here on TV20. When the Cleveland Browns beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, I will be calling Ennio Leon to tell him, we got you.
There you go. Yeah. Yes, they are, sir. There's nothing we can do about that. They're just here to have the fun. Call the Rangers.
I'll tell you what, I'm worried about these Hispanic parade this weekend. The way they're cheering, I hope they got some voice left by the time we get to that one, you know.
Oh, they'll be fine. There's a whole lot more of them than there are here tonight.
They're loving it, man.
Yes, they are.
And it's, you know, Colin, you're right. It's great to see the parents out here and everybody supporting them, having a good time. That's what this game was meant for.
Yes, sir.
Back in our days, the parents couldn't come to the games. They were too busy working.
Yeah. And I think we played them early in the morning to keep them away.
Yeah, I used to play Little F down here. It was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's going to be a tough one.
It dropped in. Gonna make the throw. He's in there.
There's that slide on his turf. You see, he almost overslid that one, too.
Yep.
I played Little F baseball down here for Ray Schmatzer. You remember the name Ray Schmatzer, Tim?
Absolutely.
That's a tough play right there.
That is. Watch, almost overslide his face.
If Ray had this field when he was running the league, we'd have been on at 8, 10, 12, 2, 3.
Exactly.
Well, this is, you know, these kids have it so great now with this field because there's no more, you don't get the, I used to get strawberries when I slid.
Yes.
You don't get those on this field.
Yes.
You don't get the burns. Even with the old turf when I used to play soccer and stuff, you slide tackle someone, you get the burns on your butt and everything. Oh, man.
When you fall off your unicycle?
I never fell off the unicycle. Well, I did once. I actually did once.
Okay.
It was wet, and my foot slipped in.
Now, I'm going to tell you what that conversation was that was on the mound right now. That catcher said, don't you worry about him at second. I'll get him at third.
You're probably right.
He is like, hey, I got him.
Still got a various look.
Just come to me and throw strikes.
See, that's not a lead. The second baseman needs to be off that bag. Never get back into position in time. Leaving such a huge hole between first and second.
Looking at Gregory Garcia, got away from him.
Way to hold on to the ball.
That catcher knows where he wants to throw somebody out.
Yes, he does.
He really does. I mean, he's intense out there. He's doing a very nice job.
I don't know how much more Chapman has. But it's the 5th inning. Hopefully they have somebody ready for him if he gets in any trouble. Good pitch.
Right there, son.
I know he's throwing a lot of pitches because of the errors.
I wonder how many pitches he's thrown. Do we have a pitch count, Tim?
Yeah, they're working on it over there. We'll get that pitch count. Walter Stokes has been doing the stats for us the whole game, our official scorer.
Good pitch.
You know, he's been around for about 35 years.
I know that.
You know?
I remember him when we used to help coach at Collinwood.
Yep.
So we got 2 down, right, Coach?
Yep, 2 down. No, 1 out.
1 out.
You should have asked the umpire. Yes, there's 1 out, Tim.
I was waiting for him to put his hand up. I keep looking at the board.
I'm talking about me.
Oh.
Ball got stuck.
Gotta go back.
Dead ball, you gotta go back.
Dead ball, he's going back. Dead ball, he's going back.
He needs more balls.
Well, folks, if you've been watching TV20, the junior championship game, maybe we'll see if you can match our Luxus stat crew and the announcers over here, as we'll be selecting an outstanding player of the game. And that person will receive their award after the game. Also, we want to remind you that next week we'll be right back here on TV20. It'll be the Youth Boys Championship game.
Good pitch.
And those two teams that will square off are the Zelma George Black Sox and the Estabrook Sox.
So I think the count should be 2 strikes. The board is not showing that because he swung at the pitch that they lost the ball. Good ball high. He's going to go all the way to third.
Stopping. That's good hustle there. Very good hustle.
Now, when he feels this, and I hope we see it on the replay, this is what I'm talking about. Before the ball's hit to me, where am I going with it?
What are you going to do?
You can see that he at first made one look one way and then another.
Right, which threw him off. Which he should have just went with his first inclination to go home.
Oh, he was going to go home.
Yeah, he should have just went home. I mean, you want to stop that run.
Exactly.
You know, keep it at 3 runs. Chapman is still throwing a good game. You know, they're not getting doubles and triples. You know, little dinkers. They're just not making a play.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. They're not making a play at all.
Gotcha. That's foul back. So he needs his out right here. Keep this game in perspective. It's Philip K at the bat. Good pitch. That's a good pitch right there. It's too close to take.
This guy's got a lot of grit, man, this pitcher.
Yeah, I was just telling Colin, I mean, and here's this pitch right here, right on the inside corner.
Right,
it's a good pitch.
Good call.
Yep. You know, like I was telling Colin, he's throwing a good game. It's just not getting any help from his defense.
Madrana hit a ball to the left side. Got a big hit there. He's got the big swing.
Right back at us.
Alex would have had that.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind Alex would have had it. You know, he may not be able to hit, Colin. He may not be able to hit. No, he's a pretty good hitter, too.
Oh,
wow.
It's a big
Great
swing.
pitch. Wow.
Great swing, too.
Now, here's where he shortens up, Coach, and goes the other way. Am I right?
Yeah, you just got to put the bat on the ball here.
But like you said before, Coach, he's not gripping the bat trying to break it in half.
No.
His hands are loose on that bat.
Yeah, you got to have that bat in your fingertips. You know. Again, you're down by 4 runs. You need outs. Don't worry about a guy on third base. Work on that batter. So back in the day, we had a play where, you know, you got a guy on third, it's 2 outs. You just keep running to second base.
Exactly.
Just keep going to second base.
99% of the time, they're going to try to throw that runner out, and the run comes home.
Yep. You just got to stay in that rundown if that's the case. He's going. Fake bunt.
Got him. Nice play.
Yeah.
Perfect situation.
He told him if he keep coming down, he was going to get him.
Yep, and he did.
Well, you follow it here. The fake throw.
And that's good. He ran him down.
Correct.
He dropped the ball, but he was able to recover.
You see he's outside the line there, Coach. Now you talk inside, outside.
Right. Right.
Nice job on the defensive side of the ball. Well, again, folks, you're looking at the top of the 6th. We play 7. And we also want to let you know that there's so many programs that are free to you, the citizens of Cleveland. And one of the most popular ones is our co-ed volleyball. Again, these are ages 13 to 16 years of age. It's totally free. Uniforms are provided. Equipment is provided. Training. And it's all about having fun. And if you're interested in getting involved in the co-ed volleyball program, pick up the phone right now and call 664-2014. Again, that's 664-2014. And her name is Ashley Jackson. She'll be able to help you, get you to the nearest center, get you signed up, and your kids will have a great time. So again, Mo, we every year we get around this time of the year and we look at these kids. Obviously, a lot of them will be going on to high school baseball. You were a high school coach, you know, and you know, a lot of them just think, well, I was superior in one team and here I come. What advice do you give to the kid that prepares for that next step?
I mean, you got to even work harder, Tim. You know, a lot of these guys are going into high school, and some of them are going to have to, you know, humble themselves and wait in the back seat for a minute, you know, because there's a guy in front of them, you know, that's been there for a minute. So you just got to keep working hard, you know, learning more about the game, and you know, it'll work out.
We're looking at Philip Kay on the mound, and folks, tell you what he did just in 1 inning alone. Look at this. There's 1, 2
with the fastball. 3 with the fastball.
Right down Broadway.
Right down.
Anytime you got a pitcher coming in throwing strikes, that makes everybody in the park happy.
Yes, it does.
Including
the umpires.
The umpires. Yeah. The worst thing you hate when you get out there and that guy can't even get the ball over the plate, Colin.
Oh, exactly. It is frustrating for the umpires. You're trying to help the kids out as much as you can. Give them corner, give them this. But some, you know, they just can't get it there. And it is tough on the umpire.
Yeah.
And our favorite saying is, the last out, you're 1 out closer to going home. That's exactly what we do. You're 1 out closer to going home.
Trying to work that outside corner.
Yeah.
And you can tell Johnny Johnson's respect for this pitcher, because you can see him shake the head. No, you just missed.
To the short second baseman. Throws him out.
Nice play, our coach.
Good range on that kid.
In front of the ball, 2 hands, basic fundamentals.
Yep.
Made the throw. recorded the out. Here's the replay. Nice hard hit.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Get down in front of it, 2 hands.
Step and throw.
Perfect.
Throw was a little low, but it was there.
So Ray Reed, he's walked twice, huh? And scored twice, Coach.
Uh-huh. Batting .315. Ball's a little high. Those pitches are right by your eyes. It's hard to hold off on those, especially when you got 2 strikes on you. Back down low. Got the second one.
He's working the zone.
Yes, he is.
Really good. In and out, up and down.
And helping him out.
Yep.
Pitch.
2 down.
With a guy like Philip K, you know he's going to be throwing strikes. So as a coach, I'm telling my guys, hey, it's not too much to look at up there. He's going to come in. He wants to get that first strike in there, get ahead of you, and then he's going to work you after that.
Correct.
So be ready to hit. As soon as you step in that box, you got to be ready to hit. This is Marquise Pinckney, the catcher. He's got a good eye up there. He's 2-0. You see his hands on the bat?
No, I didn't.
I got him. He got down that line pretty quick. But if you would have saw his hands on the bat, he's locked up. He's so tight and, you know, just locked up in his hands.
Okay.
He's not able to get the bat all the way around.
Right.
Good 2 hands play. Way to throw him out.
Throw, step and throw, just like we always say. Step and
Hey, but Marquise is hustling down that bag, I tell you that.
Yep.
So there you are. Here's a big look here from Brookside Park with the new Talty Field, the Jim Thome Athletic Complex. And again, folks, we want to remind you, if it's the first time you're knowing about junior baseball, these are ages 13 to 14. The time to sign up is in May, April. Get over there, sign up at the rec center. Even if you're playing school ball, you can at least sign the contract, but you can't play until your school season's over. And again, you're looking at the jerseys that the kids are wearing. Those were all purchased through Cleveland Indian Charities this year. The nice dry fit jerseys that the kids will get to keep. And again, they've been a big part of it. So again, we want to remind you.
The jerseys and the hats, right, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
And Cleveland Greater Sandlot Baseball both bought most of the pants, am I correct?
We bought all of them.
There you go.
Yep.
That's what it's all about, partnerships.
Say that again. Yeah, it takes a lot of people to make things happen. And this is just great.
Well, I mean, you know, working together with all the different organizations, that's what it's all about.
Yep.
You know, it's good communication, you know, a couple of problems here and there, but it's always worked out.
Yeah, I mean, everything is for the kids.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
You know, I know I had opportunities growing up and playing for Mr. Wells. I mean, that was just a whole nother level. Coming to, and I played at Clark. And I had no idea what I was in for. And we went there, and I was just like, well, who is this guy? And he's tough. But it was what everyone needed, you know. And
you think he was tough as a coach? Try and officiate one of his games.
You
guys are making me out to be the villain here. What is
No.
Okay.
It was what we needed, you know. I learned a lot, you know, as far as playing and coaching, you know. under Mr. Wells, and it was, something I'll never forget. And, you just learn to play the game right and not dog the
Correct.
game.
Correct.
One of the happiest moments for me now that I'm at the stage of my career is I'm so happy when I see people that have played before come back and teach and mold, and it's more than just a player.
There's one right here.
Yeah, Alex Varela. And he got those kids from Clark the first time they came through the field, and it was like, oh boy, they can't throw, they can't. And he worked with them and taught them and made a difference to them.
Correct.
And he even went down to Indiana, and the report I got back was the first day he wasn't there, he was out sick, and he came down the second day, and the kids just had so much energy and played so well.
They love him.
Yeah.
That's the big difference.
Now, he may drive you batty because he's so excited getting into the games and all that, but he's a tremendous coach. He cares about the kids and doing the right thing, and that's what we need. We're looking for role model coaches that are going to teach the game and teach more than the game as far as life. That's what we're trying to do here.
Right.
And you guys are doing a great job at that. It's about life skills. When I was back to my reunion this past weekend, when I was there, you didn't know how to write a check, you didn't know how to do your own laundry, you didn't know how to make a meal because everything was done for you. Nowadays, the premise is they teach you all life skills. And that's what it's all about.
Right. Wilshire with the little pop-up. And nobody's going to get to it. It's going to be a foul ball.
So Gunning Park Gators, our defending champs, will need 3 more outs in the top of this coming inning to seal the deal. But make no doubt about it, the Zelma George Black Sox, if they could replay that first inning all over again, this could be a nail biter.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't throw those balls down when you didn't need to.
And it's not because of effort, because Mike and those coaches are with those kids every day.
Yes, sir.
Teaching, practicing. They start practicing like in early April. If he can get in on March, he'd do it.
I think they're going to put a statue of Mike Stennett at Zelma George one day.
Well, he's trying to get that dang field named after him over there, Coach. I keep telling him, Mike, not yet.
It's too early. Got to do it posthumously.
But the parents, they love sending him to Mike because he teaches more than just the game.
Yep.
It's like the Pied Piper over there.
I'm in the same area. My school is down the street from Zelma. And, Mike comes in every now and then just to check on some of the kids at school.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yep. That's been going on for years.
Wow.
I'll find out a kid, and actually Raekwon is one of our old students, and Mike would come in there and, hey, where's Raekwon at?
Very nice.
It's right over there.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yep.
Well, he cares about his kids. That's the thing.
So Wilshire took second on that. This is Macklin Rockus from Lutheran West High School.
There's so many things that are going on in recreation, too, that people don't know about. I mean, 2 days from now, there's going to be over 350 kids taken over to Cedar Point.
Wow.
And I pray for every instructor, make sure whoever we take, we get them back. Right. We're safe.
I think that's the worst thing ever. We go to Cedar Point every year, take the 8th graders, and
chaperone.
We tell them, hey, you need to be back here at 5 o'clock. And of course, there's something that's going to be back at 5:30.
Exactly.
And then we got to go off and, hey, look, your parents are this and this and that. Oh, man, it's the worst.
My first day on the job in playgrounds, they were going to Jogga Lake Time. Dan Mason said, "You're coming with me." I said, "Well, I got my own." He said, "No, you're coming with me." We couldn't find this one kid from Central. And we finally went over to the Big Splash. You know that Big Splash wave they had?
Yeah.
That's where the kid was. I was like, Jesus.
So he ended up walking Rockus. And this is Perella.
But you know,
batting 225.
You know, but for those kids, that's their vacation. That's their treat.
All right. You got the out of second.
That's heads up, split the runner.
As you get older, up and playing, well, around this time they should know, you know, you got to
automatically.
Well, who's going to cover the bag, you know?
Correct.
Because there was no one there. He didn't know if the shortstop was covering. And I tell kids a lot, if you look at Francisco Lindor and Kipnis, they'll do open mouth, closed mouth. But that's because when the guy's stealing, who's going to take the base. But before the pitch is even thrown, the shortstop needs to tell that pitcher, hey, I'm covering, or the second base, I'm covering the bag, so they know. And that's easy double play right there. But again, that's that PFP we talked about.
Correct. I agree with you 100%.
So he's decided to bring in his relief pitcher, Raquan Easter. And we did have a chance to catch up earlier with the assistant coach, Pat Carroll, to get his views of his relief pitcher today. Okay. I've been informed that they didn't talk about Easter. They talked about Pinckney, who's behind the plate. And I wouldn't move Pinckney because he's done a great job behind the plate. So I'm okay with
you need him there.
But I can tell you one thing, looking at him, he seems like he can throw strikes. Now that's without the batter. Let's hope he can do it with the batter, right?
Right, that's what you want.
But
you just want to give your team a chance. I mean, right now you only got one out. You want to give your team a chance. Chapman threw a lot of pitches. You know, he did the best he could, and he did a great job. He just needed a little help from his defense.
So here we are in the bottom of 6. We're going to be talking about some more programs right after this next out, or the first break we get. Please have your pencil ready. Walter, have you picked the outstanding player yet? We want you to know that everybody on the air will know who you picked, and they're trying to see if they can match you. I know one guy I like. There's a couple in here I like that really did a great job today.
That's Isaiah Montijo hacking at the pitch.
His grandfather was a swinger too. He loved to swing the bat. Good hitter. I don't know how he did in softball down the line.
Oh, he was a very good player. He was just a pain all the time. You know, he was one of those guys, if you call a strike on him, he'd, oh, come on, it was outside. And then he'd step out to hit something that's 3 feet outside.
Sounds like Tony.
So
they told me he did some pitching at the end there, huh?
Yep.
It's great when you got the grandparents supporting them.
Well, he can't be here tonight. He's in Columbus. His son is here.
Yeah, his son's here.
Tony's down in Columbus working.
Marquise is getting beat up back there. Fouling those foul balls.
He's tough, Coach.
Yeah, he sure is. It's a good pitch. Right down the alley. That's Raquan's first strikeout.
Michael Rosado. He's walked, he's grounded out, he's been on base, he's made some great plays on the defense. He's had quite a night. A 9th grader at Bard High School. There'll be a new team that'll be in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District schedule this year.
I'll tell you what, if they weren't in it last year, they'd have been in a championship game with somebody. They had a very good team last year.
Well, you get a guy like this, that'll help you.
Doesn't the starting pitcher from Gunning, doesn't he go there also?
I believe, no.
No?
Well, the starting pitcher, wait a minute now, the starting pitcher.
Yeah, that was Brandon Wilshire.
Yes. Yeah, they got 2 of them. But they'll have to hit Philip K.
So Browner short, stayed in front of it, and he won't throw him out.
You know what happened there? The runner ran right in front of him.
Yep.
Threw him off.
Now, if there was contact on that play,
the runner would have been out. You got to give the fielder the right to make a play.
All right, you're hearing that at home. We'll look at it right here.
See, look at this. Oh, no, he was behind him.
He was behind him.
That's why I wear glasses.
Looking at Juan Figueroa. Air, got it on air.
Just leave that one out. Nope.
Oh, no. The floodgates have opened.
That's that snowball effect.
That's unfortunate. Catcher all right?
Yeah, he's been getting beat up back there, so
I know.
Hopefully he takes a minute to get himself together. He's a tough kid.
I think that's why Johnny Johnson went and cleaned the plate to give him a minute.
I think he's just frustrated at the mistakes.
Yep.
That too. That makes those little nicks you take even worse.
That makes you wear and tear on you.
Yeah. You think you got a simple play and you're out the inning, and next thing you know, boom. Now a run comes home. Got him.
So that brings us to the end of the 6th inning.
Okay, folks, you make the call at home. What do you think, Tim?
No, I didn't. I'm not going to say anything about this
Tim?
play. We'll take a look at it. Okay, here comes the mask.
He's in a good position.
We're looking at it.
And he got him.
Oh, he was right. He's out.
Oh, you sound shocked. He was right.
I couldn't see it from here. It was close, but I'm right near him. I couldn't see it. Well, listen, folks, we've been talking about football. A lot of us, besides the tackle football, and it's becoming more and more popular, is the flag football. Again, this is a co-ed sport. The great things about the co-ed and the flag football is there's no weight limit. That's number one. Number two is everybody can get a pass, whether it's a lineman, a receiver, a running back. You're not practicing 6 days a week. You get your team together, you go to your game, you play. You can join up at the recreation centers. It's totally free. And again, it starts from the Pee-wee age group, where those kids will be learning from the very beginning, and they're going all the way to the next level. So again, flag football, and if you're interested, pick up the phone right now and call 664-3535. Just ask for Mike. Say, I want to get my kid involved in flag football. Where can I send them? It's totally free. 664-3535.
We got a new pitcher.
This looks like Joe Toth.
It's a new guy. You know, I have to give a shout out to the Metro Parks too, man. I do a lot of fishing, and just going down on a lake by 55th and 72nd, they've cleaned that whole place up.
Oh,
they keep it really nice, and they're just doing a phenomenal job around Cleveland to make our lakefront look good.
That is good tax dollars at work,
Yeah.
because they do take care of the city.
They really do.
They really do. Look at this place down here. I mean, not only the field, but everything around it is clean. The grass is cut.
Yep.
Everything is beautiful.
Yep.
This has become a very popular place with picnics, too. People, seniors walking through. Everybody's taking advantage of it.
My wife and I come down here a couple of days a week and walk the park, just to walk.
Yeah, it's just really nice how you know, they're taking care of all the parks. And, but that lakefront, I mean, it used to be a little bit of a disaster. And just to go down there now, they got the sand volleyball at 55th with the restaurant.
Yep.
I mean, and you can walk through there and just fish when you want to. It's just so nice.
What's the other one by Edgewater? Whiskey Island or something?
Yep.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. And Whiskey Island's a hidden secret. You know, everybody's at Edgewater all the time.
Yep.
But they don't know what goes on at Whiskey
Correct.
Island.
Correct.
You know, and Edgewater Live. I mean, all that's just great. It's just great. So you got Raekwon Easter up the bat. Hopefully he can help himself. They need to chip away at this. And there's a shot.
Good shot. Is he 3 for 3?
He's had a pretty good day, I'll say that.
I know he's got at least 2 hits.
Absolutely.
3 for 3?
Yes,
3 for 3.
3 for 3.
And every time I look at the hits he gets, they're line shots that way.
Yep.
And no cheapies. So now it's number 13, Marcelo Chapman.
There goes Raekwon. He's off to the races, and he's standing up on 2.
He's pretty quick for a big boy.
Yep.
Has he always been that good? Have you had him?
I haven't had him in baseball, but he's been playing for Coach Mike for a while.
Okay.
Yep. So he's really improved, and he's taken off again, which he should be.
Be a tough play here.
And he's going to make it home, and that was just all around good playing and good hustle by Raekwon.
Oh, the runner at first
got a little
is hurt.
injury.
I think he pulled a muscle. He's limping pretty good.
Well, we always tell our guys, well, at least you got an RBI. Yeah, he looked like he pulled a muscle.
Right. Well, back in the day, we used to say, rub some dirt on it, you'll be fine. But you can't do that here, right?
No.
Martez Pinckney.
There he goes. He's taking off.
Wow. He got down there in a hurry.
Yes, he did.
Coach, he keeps stepping in the bucket here. I'm watching this swing, and he steps in the bucket, pulling out.
He's got to stay in there, stay on the ball. Trying to make up some runs here.
That's the way to do it.
Got a guy on third, no outs.
Oh, catcher's just running back to third.
They're young. They're young.
They're young.
Yeah. All right, foul tip that one. Right into the glove.
He must be throwing a good curveball.
Yeah, and he's swinging at those high pitches. Catcher flash 2 down. I think it's only 1.
It's only 1 out.
I'm a little bit surprised that Gunning playing in. The score, the last inning,
Well,
doesn't mean nothing.
No, it doesn't. But it's only 1 out. All you would need now is the bat on the ball there. Yeah, you really don't need to play in right here. Just play for the out.
Well, that's Carlito coaching all the time.
Yeah,
That's exactly what he's doing. He's situational baseball.
You cannot sit there and watch 0-2 right down the middle. So that's 2 outs.
Steven, what are you doing?
Oh, he wants to give this kid an opportunity to pitch. I guarantee you that's what it's about.
Oh, yeah, this young man can bring it too.
And he's going to save put him in to close it down. This is Ricardo, right?
Madron, ain't it?
Drano. He's excited.
Yes, he is. Look at Look at that smile on his face.
He's got to get his pitcher's glove.
There you go, pitcher's glove.
I was that type of guy. I couldn't. I always had to have my small mitt pitching. You know, when you want to switch your outfield glove to outfield. She's just a baseball guy, you know. That's how you could take.
I mean, you know, back in the day, everybody played the infield had a small glove.
Right.
And then the outfield, you went to a bigger glove.
Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of kids, they don't know that at this age, and you know, they'll just use that one glove. But you could tell he has that baseball swag, like they talked about before. So he's watching.
Yep.
He's watching those big leaguer guys.
I feel like cheering. What do you think, Tim? Should we do the wave or something?
I'm too tired to cheer. I've been listening. Look at them. They're having a great time there.
Look at all those people down there at the end.
I'm just glad there's no mosquitoes out.
The one guy that was doing all the dancing, I didn't see him up anymore, though. I think he's tired. He was having a great time.
Yes, he was.
Well, in his warm-up, I've seen him throw 3 balls back to the backstop, so I'm hoping he's just, you know, letting it fly a little bit.
Or he's sending a warner to the batter.
Right, and come in and throw some strikes here.
You know, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the special thanks to TV20. They come around every year. They do different sports, different things for recreation. They're on the tube all the time. And without them, this doesn't happen. Our special thanks to TV20. I really don't want to start naming everybody because I know I'll mess it up and forget them. I do it all the time. But again, our special thanks to the crew, because without you, this doesn't happen, and we really appreciate the effort you make. And they got a tough job. I make it tough. I don't give them the stuff almost till like the day before or even the day of, because there's so much stuff going on.
This is Ian Menifee. Now they got 2 outs. If he can't throw strikes and you load these bases, this could come down
this
to be
a very interesting game.
Yeah. All it takes is you load the bases and a little blooper. That snowball effect. See, if I'm Coach Mike here too, I saw him warm up. Everybody saw him warm up. I'm telling my guys, don't swing the bat until he throws you a strike.
Exactly.
He went up there chasing, and you don't have to. You just stand up there and hold the bat until he throws you a strike. Catcher wants to.
I don't understand the catcher. You got to help me with the catcher.
I don't know. His coach needs to just tell him throw the ball back to the pitcher.
Wait, was the kid at third? Was he the catcher?
Yeah.
They were doing the same thing. Now he's doing the same thing that he did.
Exactly.
Why bother?
Let's throw the ball back to the pitcher.
You got 2 outs, 2 strikes. Totally wrong in what they're doing. You can look them back.
That's it.
Now you're breaking up the momentum with your pitcher because you're taking time to get back. Hey.
Well, trying to steal that home.
Well, folks, stay with us when we come back. Coach Mo and Colin will be on the field with our city champion and our outstanding player.
Need food? We can help. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank's Benefits Outreach Department works within the community to help individuals locate food and apply for SNAP and other public benefits. Weekdays, our help center accepts phone calls from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and walk-ins from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 216-738-2067 or stop in our facility at 15500 South Waterloo Road. Our benefits outreach counselors are out in the community every day assisting with benefit enrollment and connecting the community to vital resources. Keep your eye out for our food truck, providing free, fresh produce and SNAP enrollment in the community. For more information, visit www.greaterclevelandfoodbank.org/gethelp.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
All right, we're here with the 2019 junior team champions, the Gunning Gators. All right, and here to present the championship trophy, we have Colin Robinson of the Cleveland Umpires Association. Colin Robinson, you want to present that trophy to the coach of the Gunning Gators, Carlito. Carlito, so I know it was a trying year to get here, and you guys won a lot of games. Is there anything you would like to say on behalf of your team?
Oh, no, on behalf of my team, I want to thank them for their hard work, their dedication, and commitment. Thank you to the parents for their wonderful support. Thank you for allowing me to coach, be a mentor, and teach the game. And this is a passion of mine, and I enjoy it. So thank you guys very much.
All right, so we have a all-star picked out for this year for 2019. And Colin Robinson is also going to present that trophy to.
Congratulations, young men. Great job, great coaching job by you two, Stephen and Carlito. We voted. I wanted to keep the trophy for myself, but they said I couldn't. So this year's MVP is Philip K.
And congratulations to Philip K. Philip K., I know you came in, and I think it was like the 4th or 5th inning, and you had you struck out the side. How did it feel out there?
It felt good. I mean, you go out and you go out to you go out. You know, you want to strike out each person, and that's what I did. So yeah.
Great job, and you had your family and everybody here cheering, and I think that was the loudest crowd I've seen this year. So everybody, give yourself a round of applause. It was a great gameplay. We don't take anything away from Zelma George. They gave a good fight, and we appreciate that. And you guys did a great job this year. You go ahead and enjoy your championship. The 2019 champions, the Gunning Gators.
Well, again, you can see it was a great day for a lot of kids that played here. Both teams, Zelma George, Black Sox, as well as the Gunning Gators. And again, our special thanks to all the people that made it possible. The Cleveland Baseball Federation, Cleveland Indian Charities, Major League Baseball, as well as the Greater Cleveland Sandlot, TV20, and all the volunteer coaches and everybody that made it all happen for the children of the city of Cleveland. Our special thanks for all the efforts that they did. We want to remind you that next week we'll be right back here. It'll be the Youth Baseball Championship right here from Talty Field, where the Zelma George Black Sox will take on the Estherbrook Sox. But for Marcus Morrison, Colin Robertson, I'm Tim Wells. Let's take a look at some of the faces and some of the plays that were part of the 2019 Junior Championship game. Good night, everyone.